people are wanting to know, you have a GT, you just raced it. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the GT or the XR? If you had to pick, only one.
That's it's a question that I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to answer because like I I've only raced on a GT once, and like ever since the GT came out, there's just been things that prevented me from really riding it as hard as I wanted to. Um, the board breaking, injuries, all that kind of stuff. But it honestly felt like Dirt Surfers was the first time that I was able to take this board and really throw it to the floor, like just press it down and try to stay on top of it, and it definitely helped. I threw a tire that I'm a lot more comfortable with on there. Like the morning of like the practice runs at Dirt Surfers, buddy Float Jesus Kyle Clousing helped me out with that. So now my GT is a little more comfortable. So the state it's at now, I'm kind of liking it. It's fun for racing. It's just hard to stay on top of the board. So I think the flight fins kind of like even out the playing field for now.
Oh,
But
nice.
I mean, when I got to Arkansas, I did a bunch of Strava runs and I set some pretty satisfying times, and it was all like without fins, just staying on the board, and then it's kind of like a few times you fall off. So, but it's like that XR is just so comfortable.
Yeah.
When you're going downhill, So I think I'm gonna,
You're waiting.
I'm gonna race the GT this year
Okay.
because I'm not that reactionary. I'm not gonna just stay in the past forever just because it's the past and I liked it.
Right.
So the GT is the more like new, highly developed beast that I have not fully come to understand yet. Like the GT, I feel like I know. I mean, the XR, I feel like I know close to as much as I could know about how the board will move when I move it certain ways. You tune in after a while. And the GT, I'm still tuning in. So, like for that reason, I'm just gonna race. I'm gonna race that board and try to like tune into it, and
Yeah.
then who knows? Maybe I'll be racing some combo GTXR best. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know. Whatever feels best.
So do you have an XR hub to be able to switch out the tire, or did you find a tire that fits? Like when you said you switched out the tire on the GT, does that mean you put an XR hub to put an XR tire on?
If I was patient, I would have done the latter, but I'm impatient. So
what did you put on there?
Yeah, there's an old hub that I beat up for a while on an XR. We beat it up some more, and now it fits on a GT. So
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's what a lot of people are doing. I saw Bodie was riding he had the GT with an enduro tire on it. So
yeah, I almost put an enduro on it. There was just kind of it just ended up being a trail pro, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I almost raced on that.
Which is a great tire.
It's a really broken. Yeah, it's a great tire. This one's really, really, really broken in. So like, I know how that tire responds.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I like hearing what people are doing to their GTs, and I love how you're saying like we have to, as the athletes that are riding these boards, you gotta love the XR, but you gotta start learning how to ride the GT, or we're gonna get left behind because people are gonna get the GTs, and at some point they're gonna figure out how to ride them real well, and it will beat the XR at some point, hands down, as people get used to riding a heavier board, but it has more power in it. So
right,
we have to embrace the new at some point.
And it definitely goes to show like just Dirt Surfers, the results of the downhill enduro itself goes to show that it's not as far of a difference as we think it is right now, at least in terms of the performance, because we saw Kyle Hansen take first place, and Jesse in second, and Jesse was on an XR.
Yeah.
You know, so you could still do it on an XR. You know, like like I heard Austin saying this weekend that his GT times might be a little better, but they're not too far off from the XR ones right now, and I feel like that's how I feel too. Like when I've been rushing it as hard as I can, trying to train, like the GT might be my fastest time, but not by much.
Yeah, and I just think
When you
that
compare,
I think that's similar to me. Like, I still perform better on the XR because I'm the most comfortable on the XR. The GT is
right,
just taking me. It's a beast. You got to learn. It's heavier. It's bigger. And so it does have a
right,
little bit more of that raw power, but I can't ride it the same as I do the XR. I'm comfortable with it. I feel like the XR is a piece of me, meaning I know how it's when it hits a route. I know for the most part how it's going to respond. Whereas the GT, it hits that. I don't know exactly what way it's going to go.
well,
And so,
and that's that understanding I'm talking about, right? That we've had these XRs for potentially like 4 years almost, So the GT, we've only had it for a couple months. Like we don't understand it. It doesn't feel reliable because we don't know what's gonna happen, So
yeah.
it is probably good for all of us to be testing it out, getting that feedback in, letting them know what we like and what we don't like about it, telling
Yes.
everybody, you
Uh,
know,
Brendan, people are
that's how
wanting
it's going to get better.
to know what mode were you riding in when you were racing? Were you?
Oh, I mean, they call me floaty. I couldn't ride anything but flow,
Yeah. I like that
you
setting
know.
the most, especially with the
Yeah.
update. That is,
Yeah. I before the update, if you wanted to go fast, all the ride modes were too rigid. And it
yes.
was just like, you couldn't get that, like, butter out of it. You could stay on top of the board, like it would try as hard as you can. So now, yeah, no, I honestly haven't even. To be honest, I don't think I've even switched out of flow since the update. I don't think I've tried Highline or APAC a single time. Like, I got
That's
to
the
be
same
honest.
here. That's the same here. The update came and I was like, this is
That's
butter.
right. But you haven't even tried the other one.
But I didn't need to. I just I felt so
Yeah, I
good
should
in
probably
flow.
go
What if it's
try them
better?
just so I've said I've tried them. But
Yeah.
flow is just what I want out of a setting. I
Yes.
want to be able to turn the board and have it not instantly get me back to level. Like I want to be able to ride on top of that curve. So I think flow is the one for me. Like
Yes.
regardless of what I'm doing, really.
I rode on somebody's GT the other day. They had the love hump, and I wanted to try it, and they had it in Apex. And I rode it, and I
Yeah,
was like, what is wrong with this board? It feels so rigid and all that. And then I was like, hey,
yeah,
what are you riding? And they said, oh, Apex, because I can't get over the features here, the wooden features without being in it. And I was like, oh, I don't like that rigid. It felt like somebody had pumped a tire way too much. That's what I felt like.
yeah.
And it's
I
like,
mean, you never know. He probably had both.
yep.
He probably had a tire that was too pumped and it was in Apex. That'll
Yeah,
throw you off pretty
thank you.
hard.
I do want to say a big thanks to everybody that watches every week on our YouTube channel, our podcast, or you listen to it. Without you, what would be the point? It would be just us hanging out in here doing nothing. Subscribe to the channel as we try to pump out as much one-wheel content.